Alright, unboxing. Yeah, how is this one of the biggest StayPuft toys I've ever seen. We got our head. Yeah. All of our arms. We got everything, so let's set this up. Okay, hey everybody, here we are at ToyTraders. Everybody remembers Matt Purdy, right?
Hello, how you guys doing?
Okay, so Matt, do you want to quickly run by what ToyTraders is?
Sure, okay, so ToyTraders is Canada's largest collectible store and independent toy store. And as you know, we're famous for our displays and all the different events we do. We work closely with the Ghostbusters of BC. And so David from Ghostbusters of BC and myself came up with an idea, and David's going to explain to you what that is. We're pretty excited about it.
Okay, if you've seen Matt's displays, the Playmobil Ghostbusters came in those little tiny things. And in with his display, what he did is he ordered in the huge, large StayPuft figures. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to modify StayPuft up so that it recreates one moment from the movie. You will remember when the Ghostbusters were over up on the rooftop here, right? So we've got all 4 Ghostbusters, Pterodogs, everything. This, if you've seen his store, you know his wall of Marvel and DC and how they have those huge buildings in the background.
Yeah, so obviously you can see where we're going with this one. We have an idea. And it incorporate these 6-inch figures and this huge StayPuft.
So we are going to be, well, who is it that's building the actual buildings?
So my brother James is building buildings for us. So as you probably know, the DC City, maybe you don't know this or not, DC City's been started. Christmas Day we launched 7 buildings. There's another building going up tomorrow. And obviously we have space and we have his plan, so we might do a couple more buildings, and we're thinking why not work with the BC Ghostbusters and create a display, permanent display that ties to that.
So we might be seeing Dana Barrett's apartment building up there with the Busters on top, with the Gozer Temple, with our giant StayPuft off to the side with the Busters shooting down upon it. So what we're going to be doing today is adding all of the char and everything with the proton streams in hitting StayPuft.
Amazing. It's going to look amazing. Yes, so clearly David has figured out how to create a nice burn effect. And look at this. I mean, you can smell burnt marshmallow just looking at that. That's the way to do it right there. So we're very excited about this.
All right, so keep through the video and enjoy.
Thank you.
So our first layer is to apply some paint application. So we've got a layer of orange that we're just gently misting on, followed by a little bit of black, nothing too strong. And yeah, after that we'll follow with a touch of yellow in all the various places. This is going to be up in the ceiling, so any imperfections should be hidden a little. We're just going to make it look burnt. And keep it very, very faint. Just a touch up here. We don't want to ruin his face. We cannot make this scary because children have to be looking at this and we don't want them to have a nightmare time. And there we go. And a touch on the fingers. We've got James here. He's the guy who has built Dana Barrett's apartment building. And you also did the fire hall too, right?
I did the fire hall, the cobwebbing hall.
Hi. How long did it take you to build these?
The fire hall took about a week and a half. The main building took about a month.
Okay. Yeah, so tonight everything on this part is getting installed, and then after this it will be the proton streams.
There's a lot of love in here.
So the real technique for what we do for this is we take our foam right there, we add our adhesive glue to tack it into place, and then we attach this onto the area where we want it to be applied, where we really want it to stick. Yeah, so we attach it just right in there. So I'm just heating it in. One thing I should mention is that I took a knife and I just put a slit in there in order to help get that peel up right in the middle.
But generally everything is built with styrofoam sheeting, and If you see any contour in anything, it usually just amounts to a lot of sanding. Every once in a while I'll be able to use some sort of wood molding and add that, but only in small amounts because you don't want any weight creating anything to be top heavy. There's an incredible amount of popsicle sticks involved in building one of these buildings. Each window frame is consisting of multiple popsicle sticks, and a lot of the shingles that are below each of the wood panels, which is part of the design of the original building in New York, is actually just construction paper that I stole from my kid's drawer.
Like a mount.
Don't even remember what the head came
That's
from.
from Evil Ash figure?
Evil Ash, right.
Evil Ash figure. So Evil Ash figure in the first or second movie, there's a head in the wall of a dead caribou maybe, and it starts talking. So he has it on the inside of the wall as a building. The wall's breaking open. You can see it. So there's a lot of little details that James and I notoriously do in all of the displays.
All right, now that we've got our base level of melted foam on there, we're going to give it another coat of paint so that it'll have multiple levels. I'm pretty sure all of you know how spray paint works. I want to keep this stuff away from my camera. So but yeah, this is just how it works. We're gonna blend all this in.
It's actually pretty good access to everything too. A lot of the lids come off of the building, so you can go right into the top. Because from the beginning I planned on putting lighting inside here because the depth of the building and the darkness of the interior of the buildings is such that it really does need some interior lights.
And that's the tricky part. So for what you built, David, for the proton streams, so the proton streams, as we all know from the video you've done, you've actually put LED lights up into StayPuft, but of course it's a battery pack unit. We have to run power, 25-foot high ceilings, from the top down to StayPuft, and then inadvertently running the power down to the Ghostbusters, looking as if the lights are shooting up, just the way the power flows. That's a big job, of course, wiring all that.
All right, now I went and I picked up some red material, just like a red apron from the dollar store. We're going to be cutting this up and gluing this in onto this vinyl bow tie or whatever that's called to help touch that up and make it more 3D and just a much nicer texture. We're taking our little strips of red cloth and we're putting them along StayPuft's bow tie. So just a little piece at a time. It'll wrap over some of this char to get some nice layering in. And we just Martha Stewart adhere that in. And there we go.
The last fellow that built Marvel City, apparently it took over 10 years to put all the pieces together in its final form. So I felt a little pressure to get a big jump on this, and so I spent about a good 6 months just putting together the building so I could come in here at Christmas time and pop them up. But it's worth it in the end. When you stand behind somebody in the aisle and they're talking about your creation, it's worth it. And that's really why I do it. I do it for fun.
All right, so bow tie is in. Now what we're gonna do to finish this off is take our paintbrush and a little bit of black paint, black acrylic, and just dab in to touch up some spots here and there and add in some extra detail. So this is flat black. So we'll go over some of the glue that we use to reinforce this. Yeah, and so we'll go all over, and this will really help it look 3D. So we'll be bringing this char out. Yeah, so we're gonna go and cover all around this. All right, so there we are. We finished most of everything, and I hope you guys have enjoyed.
You had fun, James? You had fun?
Had a good time.
Good. So obviously we love doing this. I hope you guys get some ideas from this and insights and inspired to do it. Maybe you're already doing it. I'm sure most of you are. You guys love collecting. That's why you're fans of this channel. Anyways, ToyTraders is open 364 days a year. It's free admission. Come in, see the displays whenever you want. As James mentioned, he's always adding to it, always putting up more.
Every Monday there's something new.
That's true, yeah? Because Sunday night we're up here putting stuff up on displays. Sometimes Monday night too.
True story.
Anyways, thanks guys for watching.
See you
See you.
soon.